Welcome to Trails of Enchantment, where we travel and discover the diverse cultures and nature of the borderland region, where we share the stories of the places, the art, and the people that make up this beautiful land. We're here to preserve and celebrate the uniqueness of the past, share a taste of the present community, and engulf the bright future that awaits. Trails of Enchantment. Let's start on the trail. Our first stop on this trail, the El Paso Museum of Archaeology, presents 14,000 years of prehistory in the greater El Paso area, the southwest and northern Mexico. You'll see dioramas and exhibits of American Indian lives and their culture dating back to the Ice Age. Come with us as we explore this beautiful museum and the surrounding area.
So the Museum of Archaeology was a project by one of the mayors that we had in the early 1970s, and the building doesn't get started until 1976 and it's completed in 1977 and opened in October of 1977. It's a very unique location because the land where we are sitting is 17 acres of land that are owned by the city of El Paso, but originally they were owned by the U.S. Army. The building and Wilderness Park, which is what surrounds us, are sitting in the middle of what is now Kastner Range National Monument, and it's managed by the U.S. Army. We sometimes have outdoor programming that it's more nature related, so we are privileged that we have a chunk of land that it's Chihuahuan Desert, and then we also showcase the wildlife that comes here. We have several wildlife cameras that are activated, so we have plenty of wildlife that comes here to the museum. We have a pond outside that has water permanently, so it's sometimes, especially during the summer, it's a permanent source of water for the animals. Obviously, our name says it all, is the El Paso Museum of Archaeology, but we don't want to limit that to archaeology precisely because we are sitting on a natural preserve. We want to also broaden up our programming, our exhibitions, and showcase other things. So nature is very important for us. We are all about preserving the land, preserving the environment, and we do tours with schools, and we take them usually outside too, so they can experience and learn a little bit more about the plants and animals that we have here in the surrounding area. So the museum is structured in 3 different ambits. When you come in through our front doors, you will be in our lobby. Our lobby has a little gift shop, but a part of that, it has a wall that is dedicated to temporary exhibits. Right now, you have water and wildlife in the Chihuahuan Desert. That is a showcase of images. And then we have a little bit of natural resources, a little Pueblo room for the kids to enjoy. After that, you can go into our older part of the building, which is the diorama gallery. Over there, what we are asking you to do is to take 2 laps. On the first lap, you're going to look the inside dioramas. Those are the most ancient. So you will go through Palo-Indian times, through archaic, and then through pre-formative period. You will see a pit house diorama, and then you will turn around and do it again, and you will learn about the pueblos, and also the pueblos from North Mexico, the Casas Grandes tradition. And then you will learn and end the diorama gallery with the modern native peoples that were in the region, like the Mescalero Apache that are still our neighbors here, less than 2 hours from us in Mescalero, New Mexico. The diorama has artifacts to enhance them, but then you will come to this side of the building, the north side, and you have a gallery that has, I would say, probably close to 400 artifacts, and most of them are found in the area of El Paso, if not in the vicinity regions. As I said a little bit before, we have some stuff that comes from North Mexico and West Mexico, so we have a little bit of Mesoamerican world here too. We are standing in our main space, which is a temporary gallery / auditorium. We host also lectures here. We are an educational institution above all. I think the mission of museums is preservation, but at the same time is interpretation. So we interpret in an educational way. We have an educator that is part of our full-time staff that has docents trained for tours. We get school tours, we get adult tours, tours that are organized by the University of Texas of El Paso for retired people. So a little bit of everything. The exhibits are always geared in a way that they will help be taught, be interpreted in different ways. They are designed for all levels. I want to satisfy the person that has no clue about what they expect through when they come through our doors, to the expert that will know everything about this. So I want to include everything in my panels, in my exhibits, so people can really get that full knowledge, full experience. Our hours, we are open from Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. But the best way to follow us is Facebook or Instagram. You can find us very easy. You just look for the Paso Museum of Archaeology. And if not, our website, ebmark.org. Over there we have everything posted, like from our exhibits, from our programming, opportunities to volunteer with the museum. So you can find everything right there.
Who wants to go fast? Well, start your engines and join us at Vado Speedway Park for the 19th Annual Wild West Shootout.
This is dirt track racing. It's definitely a niche of racing. It's definitely more of a niche than like a NASCAR or an Indy car, definitely a Formula One. This event is the spring training. You've got teams that are here from Mexico, obviously United States, from Canada. They come here to shake their cars down to get ready for the year. Here coming up in about a week and a half, they're all in the pits here, and a lot of them are coming here to have 6 races in 9 days, get the race cars dialed in, and then literally they'll leave here, and some of these teams will tow 30 straight hours to Georgia to start their year. This sport's big. It's a small sport, but in the grand scheme, but it's big. It's got an international grip to it. This event alone will be streamed all. The whole series is on Flow Racing. We'll have anywhere from 150 to 200,000 people tune into this event. All 50 states, roughly a dozen countries. A lot of eyes are coming to the Southwest here in early January.
Nosotros empezamos en las carreras desde muy niños, siguiendo los pasos de mi papá, que a él le gustaban mucho las carreras. Pues hace más de 20 años que incursionamos en esto, en las carreras de carros, y pues hemos ido avanzando y conquistando retos más grandes. Es muy gratificante para mí haberlo hecho, ya que pues somos un piloto amateur. No somos un piloto profesional que nos dediquemos 100% a eso. Pues yo realmente me dedico a los pallets de madera, hacemos tarimas. Ese es uno de nuestros negocios, y pues realmente muy contento, te repito, de estar aquí.
I've been racing for 45 years. It was completely an accident. I never was allowed around dirt bikes or anything like that, and I went one day and bought a dirt bike, and it just happened to be from my future husband. And we started riding in the desert, and he took me he was flat tracking 3-wheelers, and he took me to a race one night, and he told me, by the way, you're racing. And I was like, I've never even ridden one of those things before. And he said, well, you're racing one. So I went out and raced it, and I got 3rd that night, and I won the championship that year, and just been ever since.
You know, interacting with the fans, especially the fans here, you know, heck, we had a lot of fans that came from Mexico to watch us race, so that's pretty cool. And just the fan interaction and being able to win a race, you know, there's nothing like that feeling. So at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, being first and getting to hold that checkered flag and stand on the roof in victory lane. It's pretty cool.
So it's first year coming here, grew up around racing, my dad raced, just loved being a race fan, coming and seeing all the action. I know most of the big guys anyways, Shepard, Dillard, all of those. The local guys like Alberson is pretty cool to see win last night.
Golly, the racing here is just phenomenal. I talk to people, I walk the stands when I'm not racing, I see people that this is their 15th Wild West Shootout. I talked to a guy last night from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. This is his 9th Wild West Shootout. He doesn't race, he just goes and watches. He used to come to Arizona, now he comes down here. I think we started this in 21, and he's been to every one of them. I mean, people just love this race.
This is my first year here at the Wild West Shootout.
It killed him when I came without him last year.
It did, it did. But I didn't miss it this year, that's all that matters. Kind of everything he hyped it up to be. So.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, from the people that put it on to the racers, it's definitely top-notch racing, top-notch facility. Everybody's great. The area's a great place to visit for sure.
You guys got stories for days.
Yeah. Well, 2 days ago we went to Juarez by mistake. We tried to do the walking bridge, and we got funneled into the lane, went into Juarez, almost got arrested for butting in line, got a $215 speeding ticket as a souvenir to get the heck out of Mexico.
We got hung up pretty quick. There's always a story when me and him get together. It's good stories.
A bunch of bad decisions.
In the heart of El Paso, we find the Rhinos hockey team. Learn about what it takes to make the team, the camaraderie the players built, and how impactful it is on the city. Let us take a closer look at a sport known for colder cities, but taking place right here in the middle of the El Paso desert.
I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I've been playing hockey since I was 2, and I've been playing for the Rhinos this is my 3rd year back. So I was playing out in New York, Jamestown for our old coach, Joe Coombs, and over summer they ended up getting relocated to Philadelphia, and all that staff got fired. He ended up getting hired here, and over summer ended up getting a call from him saying I was drafted down to El Paso, and first thing was like, there's hockey in El Paso, but come down here for training camp and everything, you get to see it all and, experience it. It was great. It was great the first time I ever touched down here. Like, I'm from the Midwest, so, winters with no snow are definitely a little different. You're higher altitude here, so you got to get used to all that. The breathing's a little tough at first, but you get used to it after a while.
I started playing organized hockey when I was 6 years old, but I've been playing my whole life. Being outdoor hockey, it's a big thing where I'm from. I started in Iowa in the same league, and I got traded here. Old coach Joe Coombs got me here. Oh yeah, it was a big culture shock for me, absolutely. I come from Nordic country, a lot of snow, it's cold. I don't think I've been in a place like this before. I mean, I think it's just the hockey unites us. After a week with a new team, you've known each other for years. It comes up quickly, and we have great group of guys here. Helped me out a lot coming here.
Just coming in every day and just, thinking back on when I was a kid, dreaming about, lacing up the skates, playing junior hockey, and just seeing how far it could take me, just being here, it's always great showing up and just doing this every day. Almost every day of the week we're doing something with the youth here. It's great helping out with the junior Rhinos, seeing their faces light up after, especially when they're like, oh, we saw you this weekend at games, and it's like, oh yeah, great, we got 2 more coming up, hope to see you there. But just showing out the practices, seeing the smile on their face, making them happy, it's always good to see.
We just had a conversation with coach and the whole team, we gotta practice the exact way we wanna play. It's gonna translate from practice to game. That's why we gotta practice hard, play games the way we wanna play.
Recently, we've been at home for 2 weeks now, but the first half of the season, we were on a road trip for 2 weeks. Other than that, though, if we're playing away games, it's just travels on Thursday through Sunday. We get back late and restart the week on Monday.
The best time after a win. Gotta win after Saturday. The bus rides and the time in the hotel, we're playing video games, watching movies. It's just big team bonding.
Oh, it's great. I mean, best fans in junior hockey. You'll hear it all the time from everyone here. We do have the best fans. It's really rowdy. Get out here on a Saturday night, sold out barn. It's great.
Like AJ said, it's best fans in juniors. It gets rowdy every night. It's awesome. It's huge for like growing the sport, this hockey, getting around the world, whole globe. It's huge for it, I think. Just keep dreaming and working. It's gonna work out. It's hard work based.
Well, my one thing is that, you know, hockey's a team sport. It's the biggest team sport I could think of. You know, you need everyone. It really brings people together. It teaches you life lessons. And, you know, one thing I've always been taught growing up playing is just have fun. Just have fun doing it.
The Mesilla Valley Balloon Rally is lighting up the sky. Join us as we take to the air, learn about hot air balloons and remote-controlled balloons, and explore the impact ballooning has on New Mexico communities.
We're from the northwestern part of New Mexico, from a place called Rock Springs, and we came out here today to Las Cruces to visit family and be able to have a good time. And the plus was being able to know that there was going to be a balloon fest.
I'm a student at New Mexico State University, and I really am so excited to be here because I always wanted to go to the Balloon Fiesta in Albuquerque, but I've just never really had like the time or ability to go. And so it's so cool to be here and like see it happening locally here with like the Oregon Mountains as the backdrop.
Back then it was part of the larger whole enchilada fiesta. It's been such a long time, so I wanted to come back and show him, you know, some of the.
This is my first time.
Yeah, the tradition of the balloon fiesta.
Cómo la gente de esta ciudad, de esta bella ciudad, se reúne para disfrutar de este show. Acompañados de tantísimos globos, es una diversión, es muy saludable. Temprano, ese día nos está apenas dando el sol y estamos divirtiéndonos bastante. Un saludo para toda la ciudad de Las Cruces, El Paso, Texas y Ciudad Juárez.
So we're from El Paso in Socorro, and we're here with the family. It's our first year. We're excited.
So I volunteer for the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. About 5 years ago, I saw them at the first Fiesta de los Globitos rally during Fiesta, and kind of fell in love with them. Somebody posted a video of one of them glowing at night, and I was like, man, I needed that. I need to have one of those in my life. So I ended up buying Patriot, was my first one. It's really cool because, you know, once the big balloons leave the field, you know, usually a lot of people leave. So we put up, we kind of keep the crowd in. They can get a lot closer, they can talk to us. So it's not just, you know, we inflate and take off and we're gone. We hang out, and they get to enjoy, you know, the baby balloons a little more. You know, we get together, we have club flights, we have fun flights, we travel all around together, you know, all the way from California to Labor Day liftoff in Colorado, here, Carlsbad, we go all over as a little group. It's a fun hobby and like a little family, so it's pretty cool.
was so much fun. We actually unexpectedly had the girls volleyball team come out this morning, and they got to help with the inflation. So it's always good to see the alumni and donors come out here, and those that support New Mexico State, and be able to see such a huge balloon out there with the logos on there to give everybody a little Aggie pride here this morning. It is an amazing experience. We often tell people it's the closest thing to free flight you're ever going to experience. You're up there with Mother Nature, floating with the winds. So we're basically vertical sailing up there, just taking you where the winds go.
We're RVers, so we came to New Mexico for the winter in our RVs, and we saw the Balloon Festival and thought, we can't miss it. We got to come.
Oh, so how I got involved was I had been telling my fiance, oh, there's hot air balloons, there's pilots out here, and we get here and they weren't here. So I had to make good on my promise, and through several different discussions with people, met up with people at Visit Las Cruces. And so while we were looking for resources, they were looking for somebody who was willing to organize. So there you go, match made in heaven. Future plans, we got a lot of great ideas, maybe hopefully more balloons. I would like to see some parachute jumpers here. I would like to see more vendors representing more of the surrounding area. Organizing this event is that we have people from Alamogordo and Deming all coming together to make this event amazing. So I'd like to see more of that in the future.
Is Shakespeare ghost town in Lordsburg. Here we'll dive into some family history of the current owners and understand the dedication that goes into keeping this ghost town alive.
And I'll say, we even had running water here. And they'll go, you did? And I'll say, yeah. Billy, run down to the well and get some water.
I'm not generally a guy that likes this kind of stuff or likes attention itself, but it kind of comes with the territory. My name is Dave Oceanby, and I live here at Shakespeare and run Shakespeare and keep it open for people to come and enjoy the Old West history here. And the town's been in the family for 90 years now. And we moved here to take over for my father-in-law Manny to keep the place alive. And you know, I never expected to be here. I always thought one of my wife's older brothers would do this, but they both passed away before Manny did, and then Manny got sick, and it just kind of dropped in our lap. And you know, so because we had to figure out what to do. Manny said he would like us to do this. I asked him if he wanted us to come down and run it, and he said, yeah, I'd like that. So we made it happen.
Okay, I was with a group from El Paso called the Paso del Norte Pistoleros, and we were a gunfight reenactment living history group. And in 1995, Jan Lou called our director and asked if we could come out here. We came out to perform, and as soon as we turned the corner and saw the street, we thought we were kind of at home. And we refused payment, and she did that twice more, and then gave up, and we made a deal with them to always be here. And then the group broke up, and Keith and I, the other gentleman that comes out here, made a promise that we would keep coming to kind of keep the promise going. And Manny had died, and Dave took over. Keith and I still come out here once a month, trading off, giving Dave a break, helping him as much as possible. Come out here because we love the place. We want to keep the history going and to help finance things.
One of the frustrating things about this is it's usually just me here, and I have to do everything. My wife, she gets involved as much as she can, but she has a bad back. It's pretty much on me. I'm groundskeeper, I'm maintenance guy, I'm tour guide, I'm everything. And occasionally I'll get a day with no one, but usually it's I get at least one tour, sometimes two tours, sometimes 3 tours. It all really depends on time of the year and stuff, and we're also Harvest Host members where we let campers park in our parking lot and boondock in our parking lot overnight. But the one thing that Jenna Lou and her mother Rita always wanted here, and the way we try to honor them, is to do things the way we know they wanted to, and keep this place uncommercialized and keep it about the Old West, because they were ranchers, and this is where they're home, and it's like it's our home. We have a 501c3 here, which he's a member of, one of the members of the board, and that's a building fund for these buildings. And Manny and Jenna Lou already had that in place when we got here. You know, we make our money by renting land off. Different people rent land off for various different things, and we kind of make our money that way. I'd rather see the money go to the building.
You do what you love and do it as long as you can. You have to remember our history. And this is a very significant history of the Old West. That's the important thing. We learn our history, good and bad. When we do wrong, we have to show the glorious part too.
We decided that, yeah, we just stay here, just continue to do it. It's a lot of work, but you know, you just keep doing what you're doing. I just keep doing what I'm doing, and we'll let the chips fall where they may.
The lottery.
Yeah, you let the chips fall where they may, you know, and
All locally produced programming is available online at krwg.org and youtube.com. Thanks for joining us on Trails of Enchantment. We'll see you next time on the trail.